So yeah, I had government rifles. I checked them out of the armory just for my own protection. But I was going out embedded. I would go in as essentially a spy, and I would act as the assistant for some rich American billionaire or international billionaire, and I would do it with the oversight of the government. I would do small illegal wildlife buys. So I would buy like snake skins or leopard skin, things like that, and that would build the trust up. And then once we got to a certain level, all right, hey, now I need some ivory. You got any ivory? And then the next thing you know, you're buying ivory, and as soon as you buy it, boom, park rangers and police hit the building, and they do a takedown. They arrest you and everybody else. That way, it doesn't look like.
Okay.
I can't do it anymore because my cover's been blown on that. But
yeah. How long did that last?
I was doing that like a year and a half. I want to say almost 2 years. I was doing undercover stuff here and there. But you know, we were taking down some really nasty people. We took down in 36 hours. We assisted and empowered the Rangers to do it. We were on the patrols. We would only jump in and help in these takedowns when we saw a potential, safety threat, which these things happen. And we took down, park rangers took down the criminal network responsible for 18,000 elephant deaths in 1 year. At the time, we thought it was 10,000. We talked to the parliament members, and they were like, actually, it's more like 18,000. It could be even more than that. And we took them down in 36 hours. Nobody hurt, nobody killed, nothing.
Wow.
We were taking them out of their beds at night through the windows. Yeah, I remember taking a couple guys out of their bedroom window while their wives were asleep next to them at like 3 a.m. And they'd take them out, and the Rangers cover their mouth real quick, and the wife wouldn't even wake up. Yeah, it's sad that you have to do it. I mean, but like,
it is.
And
sad.
these are scumbags. You know, there are some poachers that are poor guys that are exploited by these bigger networks. But do I have empathy for them? Yes, but I have more empathy for the animals. There's only 350,000 elephants left. They're on the they're coming back, thanks to a lot of, amazing conservation groups, not just VETPAW, but there's only 20,000 white rhinos, only 5,000 black rhinos left. I have more empathy for the animals. And when my mom said, hey, why do you have to do this? Why are you doing this and risking your life to do this? I said, hey, listen, I'm only one of 8 billion people on this planet. How many of those animals are left? I'm expendable.
Right.
Do
you look at it that way? Is that kind of, we talked earlier about the kind of, that nihilistic view of humans on Earth. They're being like, there's so many fucking people on Earth, and human nature, especially when there's something that happens to humans when you put them in a situation of desperation when it comes to resources and money and feeding their kids. They'll do the worst things when they're desperate.
Yeah.
Humans will.
Yeah.
So have you kind of accepted the fact, or have you come to terms with the fact that you value the lives of these animals over the lives of some of the humans that are there? I know it sounds very, very dark, but when you look at it from a certain perspective, you can see the argument for it, and you can see how it actually does in that context. When you have a population of 8 billion people, and there's a certain amount of them that are just committing these atrocities, like murdering these innocent beings that have no control. They don't know what the fuck's going on. You're not only like, you're murdering, whether it be a rhino or an elephant, and then their offspring are going to be lost and probably die. I can see it from the perspective, like, fuck these human beings. I value the elephants' lives over those human beings' lives. I can see that perspective.
Yeah, I guess so. In a sense, yes. I mean, personally speaking, not as the president of VETPAW, 100%. That said, who am I as this white American to come in there and tell them how to live their lives? It's none of my business. The biggest issue in the world, I mean, we're in the middle of the next mass extinction right now. People don't realize it. We're losing species, not just in Africa, but all over the world. And it's not because of poaching. It's because we're taking their land. It's habitat loss. So yes, I do. And here's the thing. Humans we're just another animal species on this planet. And so ultimately, if we really want to save ourselves, then we need to have empathy for our race in the sense to where we're not taking that land. We are valuing it and being stewards of this planet, because if we don't become stewards and we start to lose too many of these keystone species, the effect that will have on this massive ecosystem that we call Earth, it'll be the detriment of humans.
Yes.
So we have to by saving these species, we are saving ourselves. If we can't save these species, we can't save ourselves.
Right. Right.
Every species is important. Here's a good example. We reintroduced black rhinos into a region that they had gone extinct in over 80 years ago. That region's flora and fauna was so imbalanced. The plants, so many plant species went extinct. Black rhinos are browsers. So they have this lip and they pick out of thorny bushes and they eat that. White rhinos are grazers. Well, that population of white rhinos was on the decline because there's no grass there. Why is there no grass? Because the bushes are overgrown. If we introduce black rhinos, they start mowing that down. Sun gets to the soil, grass is growing, and now the white rhino population is coming up. And now you have new plant species, well, not new, but plant species that went extinct years ago that are coming back.
Right.
Think about that. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy how we can manipulate the environment in a good way.
We have cheetah we reintroduced into areas that they had gone extinct in years ago. We had a serious warthog problem in that area. We still do, in a sense, but it's not as bad anymore that we've reintroduced them because they're mowing down cheetah, or cheetah are mowing down warthog.
How do you feel about hunters that go over there and pay like hundreds of thousands of dollars for tags to kill elephants?
Okay.
I don't know if there's any other animals besides elephants that they kill.
Yeah, I mean, they do antelope, buffalo. I mean, shoot, they have tags for rhinos in some places. Listen, I'm not a hunter. This is going to sound corny as hell, at least to me, but once you've hunted man, at least in my mind, it's just, I have no interest in shooting something that doesn't shoot back.
Interesting.
I just think it's just not me. It's never been my thing. However, now if you're going to hunt an elephant or a rhino or an endangered species, like you're a piece of shit. And I don't care the amount of money that you're throwing up on the table. I tell you what, that amount of money, you hunt me, I'll take one bullet. You can have as many as you want. Hunt me. If you win, you keep your money and you can go shoot the rhino or the elephant. If I win and I get you, that money goes to conservation. Those animals live. That's what I would say to any douchebag that wants to go out and shoot an elephant or a rhino.